Howdy YouTubers, Uncle Dave here with DC's Adventures. I'm gonna take a couple minutes here to make a video kind of talking about the couple of fuel cubes I like to use. Got the Esbit fuel cubes here, which come packaged in a waterproof package. The cube itself isn't exactly waterproof, but if you got it a little wet, it'd still take a light and burn off. They have a really fishy smell when they're in their packaging, which kind of throws people off. It definitely is something that I don't really care for, but I have found some bags that you can use that really work well with that. Odor barrier bags. And then we're going to test them and compare them against the Weber lighter cube, which these are completely waterproof. You can put them in the water and then take them out of the water, scratch them up a little bit, and then start them with a ferrocerium rod or lighter or match or whatever you have, and they light right up. They do produce quite a bit of black smoke, especially compared to the Esbit. The Esbit cubes produce almost no smoke and no smell. These produce a pretty annoying smell and some black smoke, and the soot from the black smoke gets all over your pot and it's kind of a pain. So, I don't know, sit back, relax, enjoy this test and compare, and you decide if it's worth having the cheaper cube and dealing with the soot, or if it's worth having the cubes that cost a little bit more money but burn a little bit cleaner and a little bit nicer. Alright, here's a quick look at how I line the stove. I just put a little piece of heavy duty aluminum foil in there and I kind of press it in so it kind of fits in, and then I take a stick or my knife or whatever and I just push the aluminum foil through the vent holes that are in there, and you gotta do that. Alright, I'm back here with the Esbit stove, and I got an Esbit tablet in there, and we're going to get ready to boil 2.5 cups of water. I'll time it. I won't be filming the whole thing. I'll save you guys on that one, and I'll get back to you and tell you how long it takes to get this boiling with this particular cube. Alright, this thing's lit, and the flame's starting there, and as soon as the flame gets up to par, we'll put the water on there and start the timer. Alright, got my billy pot on there. I will start the timer now. Alright, so I already dumped my hot water into a backpacker's pantry bean and rice meal. It took about, I don't know, at about the 9-minute mark, the water was like, I'd say at least 200 degrees. It wasn't boiling, but it was definitely around 200 degrees. Then the cube pretty much died down from that point. So I put another half of a cube in, and that pretty much got it to a boil. We're indoors. There's no wind really to deal with, so this is about as good as it gets for these things. It was 2.5 cups of water in the billy pot, which the billy pot is a little bit thicker than some of you guys' aluminum pots that you guys are carrying, and that makes a difference. Alright, well now we're going to go and put some more water in the pot, and we're going to test these Weber fuel cubes. You get 24 in a box for about $4 from Walmart. You can get them on Amazon.com as well. So I'm going to get the stuff out and test these, but I mean, you can put 2.5 in of these in for the same price it costs for one Esbit, but you'll see when we start burning, these do produce a lot. Well, the Esbits don't produce any smoke at all. These produce a little bit of black smoke, and it will put some soot on the bottom of your pan. So I'll get back to you guys when we get that set up. Alright, here we are. I've moved my setup. I've got the Weber fire cube in there. To light my fire, I have a light my fire fire rod here, a ferro rod, and the Esbit cubes you can light with a ferro rod, but it's a lot harder. I wanted to show you how easy it is to light this Weber, and hopefully it is easy. It usually is. Sometimes it isn't. I've moved my setup, and at some point here you may hear the fan come on, because like I said, these Webers do produce a really annoying smell and quite a bit of smoke. You will see a lot of black soot on the bottom of your pan. Alright, well, maybe I gotta mar it up a little bit more. I just mar up the tarp a little. Get some powder in there. There we go. That only took forever. There we are. You can see it burns well. Lights up quickly. What you can't really see is the flame is really big, and there is some black smoke coming off it. You really can hardly see that. Maybe against that shade you can. But I've got two and a half cups of water, which is what we need for our mountain meals, right? And we're putting it on. So it's a Weber cube and Esbit stove. We're starting the timer right now, and I will spare you guys this long drawn out video. So we're at about the 4-minute marker, and the water is hot but not boiling, and I just added the second Weber cube, because the first one was not quite burned out, but it was getting close. I'd say those cubes last about 8 minutes of good burn time. Alright, we're at about 6.5 minutes, and it is a roaring boil. So the Weber cubes do get hot, and 2 cubes cost about as much as 1 Esbit cube, but my pot is covered in black soot, so I'm going to have to wash that off, because if you put that in your pack, you're going to get soot all over everything. So there's the Weber cubes. I'll get back to you. Oh yeah, see all that black? That's the soot that came off from 1.5 Weber cubes. Produced that soot on the bottom of a clean pot. It was completely clean. So you gotta weigh that when you're thinking about what kind of cubes to take out with you. And I wanted to see how much these things weigh here. Right now I'm taking them out of this package. They come bulk packed like this and not sealed. And I'm taking them 2 at a time and wrapping them in heavy duty aluminum foil, and then I burn them in the Esbit stove. Burn one, if it's not enough then I add the other one to the fire, and it gives me about 20 minutes burn time. Alright, let's see if we can see the scale. But 11.2 grams for the Weber, 14.3 grams for the Esbit, and 2 of the Webers wrapped in aluminum foil is 25 grams, which is about 20 minutes of cook time. You can definitely cook anything you'd be cooking out in the woods. And I'm using all these in the Esbit stove. Alright, here we are. Well, let's take a look at this first. I've put a new aluminum in the stove. this is what was left of the 2 cubes we used with the Weber. It got it boiling in about 6.5 minutes, which is about what it should with if you get good output, really high heat. And then this is what's left of the Esbit, and I used 1.5 Esbit. There's the half a cube we had left, right there. Got it boiling, but this had no smoke to it at all. Didn't produce any smoke, and lit up pretty good. The Weber, on the other hand, produced a lot of black smoke, and the whole bottom of my pot was really, really dirty, as you saw on the rag there. Well, I don't know. I think what it comes down to is your preference, but I think I'm going to stick mostly with the Esbit cubes, even though they smell really fishy. I think I'll be using those a lot more, just because I really hate having black soot all over my pot when I'm camping and when I'm hiking, backpacking, put it in my backpack with all my nice equipment. I don't want to do that. I'll still carry probably 4 of these Weber cubes all the time, because they really get hot, and they do boil water quickly, and they do the job, and they definitely start a fire, and they break up easily. When you break them up and light them, you can put a spark to them, and they'll light up all kinds of damp firewood. They work really good. Here's the box that the Esbit stove came in. It came with 6 cubes. I think I've showed you that already. And here's the box of Weber cubes. 24 cubes. This is what it looks like at Walmart. They come in this little mold here, all the cubes, with just a piece of aluminum over the top. And that's why you have to kind of take them out and individually wrap them, because you definitely can't carry that thing. And all in all, I think they're pretty good. I like carrying cubes. I'll definitely carry a couple of cubes in my alcohol stove all the time with the little Esbit stove. So that's pretty much my stove setup, and that's what I think about cubes. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.